Now to an update. The names of the alleged shooter and victim in a road rage shooting in Tyler have been released. 23-year-old Dayton Morgan of Ben Wheeler is now charged with murder in the death of 29-year-old Trevor Julian. It stems from the road rage shooting last night at Grande and Biloxi in Tyler. Our Alex Weister brings us the latest.
One man is dead following a shooting stemming from an alleged road rage incident. 29-year-old Trevor Julian was stopped at the intersection of Grande Boulevard and Biloxi Drive around 5 p.m. yesterday when he got out of the passenger side of his car and approached the driver's side of a white truck. As he approached, 23-year-old Dayton Morgan fired through the window, hitting Julian in the neck, ultimately killing him. Morgan was arrested and charged with first-degree murder, being held on a $1 million bond in the Smith County Jail. Andy Erbaugh, public information officer for Tyler PD, said police have no evidence Julian was armed as he approached the pickup. The reason for the interaction and what led to the shooting is still unknown, but police say there was no accident involved.
Our investigators are going to do a lot of work in this. We got to determine what actually happened to cause such a horrific incident here.
Julian was a graduate of Carthage High School in 2015 and a Marine. At the time of the shooting, Tyler PD says there was a woman and children in the car with Julian. Alex Weister, East Texas News Weekend.
We've learned at one point in his military career, Julian served as an automotive maintenance technician with Headquarters Regiment 3D Marine Logistics Group in Okinawa, Japan. New tonight, an